Hello and welcome. It is Sunday, it is afternoon, and that means it's time for Morgan's lazy Sunday afternoon live stream, where sometimes we're productive and sometimes we're lazy, but we always eat snacks. Usually, our regular co-host, Sako Tumi, is, I believe, recovering from a week at Pennsic camping with the SCA people and recreating war, and Doc is on his way home from the Key City Steampunk Festival where people bought his book. Yes!
Nice.
So he's taking a break from revisions of book 2 so he could, sell book 1. And he says hello from a sheets somewhere. I don't know, probably in Maryland. But today with me, I have the one and only Sandy Linder. Say hi to the nice people.
Hi there, nice people.
I met Sandy at Imaginarium Convention, which our regulars will remember. Sako and I usually do a road trip home from there. So she is delightful. She is a marathon writer, not a sprinter like me. But I'm so pleased you were able to join me today, Sandy.
Yeah, I'm glad that I could make it. This is going to be great.
Awesome. So what are you working on right now?
Oh my gosh. What am I not working on right now? I actually have a fairy holidays book that I need to get completed so I can get it to the beta readers and get those edits going, because it is due to the readers this Christmas. I mean, the readers are expecting it this Christmas, so I've got to get it complete. It's like almost there, almost. So that's the one that's on my mind right now.
Sure.
That's the big one.
Okay. I've heard of Christmas in July, so it sounds like that's when you were writing it.
Yeah. There is it's in 3 acts, and the first act is Christmas in July. And yeah, we're making our way through.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that sounds super awesome. I hope it comes together smoothly. It sounds like it's been fighting you a little.
Yeah, just a little. I think what's been fighting me is all the other projects. I mean, we always have like a couple dozen things going at once, and everything vies for your attention.
Definitely. So I'm going to pop over to the comments. Hello, Haley, and welcome. Hello, Greg. Glad you made it. Greg says hi to you, Sandy.
Hi, Greg.
And Haley is working on chapter 1 of their cyberpunk book. That's awesome. That sounds super fun. Yeah. Me, I finished revisions of my space fantasy. I am so excited. But that doesn't mean I finished all the copy edits and like grammar checks and stuff. So plus with the completely rewritten scenes in the last half of the book, I'm going to have to read those, I think, a little closely to make sure that they're still seamlessly integrated with the rest of the book. So that's what I'm going to be working on today. Although I might do my blog roundup that goes out on Saturdays.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I mean, as long as it's out before my next post goes up on Tuesday, it's at least in order on my blog.
Mm-hmm. Oh, right. Yeah. Well, can you schedule that? I mean, can you put a little scheduler in there?
Oh, I do, but I have to write it first.
I understand. Okay. Yep. There you go.
And it's the roundup of what I've done this week. So I have to have done it this week in order to know what's going on there. So it's got a template. It's like halfway there, but I have to fill in everything. It takes about 20 minutes, maybe more, if a lot of the previous author guests have books out, or if I've been reading a lot, because I have what I've been reading and what's out new from previous guests, as well as a link roundup of everything I do, because I forget that I need sleep and maybe motivation for day job. Instead, I burn out on all my blog stuff and never get my writing done. And anyway,
Yeah. Well, I had seen, I don't know if it was on Twitter, but I'd seen
Mhm.
somewhere where you had posted that you got those revisions taken
Yes.
care of. And I'm like, good for you, man.
I was so excited.
I mean, it's a hurdle to get over, right? And once you're over it, it's like, oh my God, chocolate. Yeah, I need some kind of gift for myself. I
Oh,
did this.
I snack as I go. One moment, one moment. Ah. This is what got me through the last month of
Ah,
edits.
nice.
It is now empty.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Yep. All right.
No rewards. I reward as I go.
Yep. Well,
So,
yeah.
Greg is just here to hang out, resting from lawn work and laundry.
Same. Exact same. Yeah. Mine. Yeah. I got
Today
a
was
little bit of
not a
the
good day
headache
for
going on
it.
from the lawn work. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeesh.
Got to get it done.
Is it as hot out your way as it is here?
Me?
Yeah, because
Me?
it's like
Yeah.
90, 91 degrees. I know
Yeah.
Greg is
Mhm.
local to me, so
Oh, is he? Okay. All right.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, see, I'm in Central Florida, and when I was out there, it was, it started out, it was only 88 degrees when I started, but
Oh
but by the
my.
time I got done, I was like, oh my gosh, it's 92 degrees out here. What am I doing? So yeah,
Okay,
it was time to
so
stop.
comparable.
Yeah, it
Comparable.
was it was time to stop.
Greg says those weeds will never be the same.
Man. Well, if I don't do it though, this is one of the things. I've got crazy neighbors. I mean, my neighbors,
Oh
they
no.
don't really have boundaries.
Oh, is
And
this the one that like knocks on your window if you don't answer the door?
that's one of them. She hasn't done that in a long time. She
You put
really
up
has.
signs and she followed the signs.
Yeah. But I've got neighbors, they have called code enforcement on me in the past. If I let the grass go too many
Mm.
weeks in a row, then, I get a little sign on my front door. I
Ah,
get a little, those
mhm.
door hangers, that says you have until such and such day to mow your lawn. I'm like, really? Come on.
Do you have an HOA?
No. No. I chose not to live in a place with an HOA because I don't want people monitoring what's going on in my
Yeah,
home,
yeah.
on my front porch, with my lawn, that kind of stuff. I don't need people up in my business. But
No.
apparently, these people are up in my business. But yeah. So I got out there this morning. I took care of the lawn. So no one's going to be calling code enforcement.
I'm
Yay.
glad you got out there before it got too bad.
Yeah.
'Cause,
It's all good. It's
yeah.
all good.
So oh, Jennifer's here. Hello, Jennifer Brown is working on chapter 1 of their thriller, Surviving the Broken Glass.
Nice.
So that sounds super fun and
There's a
dark
couple
and
of
twisted.
there's a couple of chapter ones happening in here
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
Good. Nice.
So, what do you think about a creativity sprint?
Oh, nice.
Are you
I gotta
ready?
I gotta open a window. I gotta open something here. Hang on. Let me open Word.
There we go.
Mm.
And we're going to do a 23-minute sprint because it's 2023 and I'm easily amused. And also 20 to 25 minutes, my sweet spot anyway.
Yeah, okay. Makes
So
sense. Okay.
let me see. We had a couple comments pop in. Greg says, I don't even know if there's code enforcement here. Probably is, but you need to be
Mm.
very bad before they act.
Yeah, the weeds were kind of tall before code enforcement came to my door.
Is it
I
code
will admit.
enforcement, or do you think like your neighbors are printing those out and hanging them as and acting as a local
Oh,
HOA?
no, it was code enforcement because I
Oh,
called the number and I'm like, "Hey,
okay.
what's up here?" And,
Mhm.
I chatted with the dude, and I mean, he was really nice. He was a nice fellow at the city,
Yeah.
and we just chatted
Yeah.
for a little bit, and I said, "Yeah, I'll get out there and mow." Just, I have not had the time.
No, no, it's hard. It really, really is.
Yeah. It was
So,
probably a year ago, but yeah,
okay.
took care of it.
And Andy is here. Hello and welcome. What are you working on today? What short story thriller thing? I saw one of your shorts got published recently, or is it about to? I lost track.
Is that Andy?
Yeah, yeah.
Ah,
So,
yeah.
oh, Well, we'll find out after the sprint. So let's go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1. Boom, chaka laka laka. And we're back. How was your sprint?
Okay. Well, it went well until
Oh no.
until I was typing on the computer, and I rest my hands too heavily on my computer when I'm typing, and I just knocked everything down. So
Has
yeah,
this
things went a
happened
little crazy over
before?
here. Yeah, but I did get, let's see, before everything like went haywire, I got 341 words. So
Nice. That's pretty
that's not
solid.
bad at all.
Nope. I have to upload 4 images, and then my weekly roundup is up, and I did open my document. Catticus also reminded me it was playtime. And gushy food day. So I gave him his gushy food, and then he was like, ooh, hey, coming up to mom and saying, hey, gushy food resulted in gushy food. What if I did that again and it did not result in gushy food? And he is displeased.
Oh. Yeah.
So, I mean, you'd think he'd be happy with gushy food once a day, but he would like the gushy food container to be immortal. So, but yeah, overall, generally pretty productive. Although my arm got gnawed on a little, but I mean, he didn't break the skin, so we're good.
Oh, that's good. There you go. No blood, it's good. Yeah.
No blood, it's good. It's good. So yeah, that was my sprint. So yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully gravity has stopped fighting you. Have you typed too heavily normally, or is this a new thing?
Well, this is a new thing. Well, see, I've got I have everything set up here with my laptop, and my web camera is like in the laptop, right?
Sure.
And I use that to film for my booktube stuff.
Right.
So that's how I've got this set up. That's what I was doing before our lazy Sunday afternoon.
I've seen your setup before. It looks like that.
Yeah, that's what we're doing here. And so I was just thought, well, I'll just do the sprint by typing right there.
Right?
No. So it just all came crashing down onto this. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do that again. I think the next sprint, I'm just going to do by hand on paper, and I'll just do it that way, and it'll be fine. It'll all be fine.
My first time co-hosting this, I attempted to I was using a different program instead of StreamYard to co-host, and my computer was fine with me, streaming my video, but then I tried to, I think I was using Zoom and then trying to stream it using OBS, and my computer overheated, and it could run OBS and Zoom together, but it couldn't also let me edit my document at the same time, which is why I use StreamYard, because it is lightweight and it doesn't require a lot of CPU usage. And sure, it's more limited, but it works. Oh, hey, do we have a Doc? We have a Doc coming to us live.
Hey.
Give me a second. There you go.
Hey.
Road trip Doc. How was Key City's Steampunk Festival?
It was pretty good.
You're coming in a little quiet.
My phone keeps going back and forth. My phone keeps going back and forth about whether it's going to use my AirPods or not, but I think it's got it figured out for now.
Excellent.
But it was a grueling weekend, but there was sufficient fun had, and we managed to get some books sold and to meet some people and see some cool things. So
that's awesome.
And we sold art, yes.
Ooh. So was this your first indoor festival since the pandemic? I mean, you did Balticon, and you've done the Ren Fair.
I did Balticon. I did back in April. I did the Telltale Steampunk Festival.
Right. Yes.
I had a table up there for that weekend.
Sure. Okay. Cool.
But yeah, trying to get things back on the schedule now that things are a little bit more managed.
Says
Won't
the
say if they're
person
well
who
managed or not, but they're more managed.
I'm sharing a house with 2 roommates, and they both have COVID right now.
Yes,
They
you
are
must be having so
isolating
much
in
fun.
the sunroom that has its own AC unit.
Yeah.
So my roommate went to a trip to Las Vegas, and everybody else was fine, but her flight got canceled, and she sat in the airport and then had to get a hotel room and then go back again, and she popped positive when she got back. And
Lovely.
her son popped positive today, about 10 minutes after he learned that school starts back soon, and was dealing with heavy feels from that. But maybe the feels were extra heavy because
something like that.
he was getting sick. Yeah. So Greg asked if I needed Band-Aids from Catticus. No, not today. We're good. So
you just wait till the blood runs clear, right? No.
So let's see. So just before we went on break, I was trying to remember what Andy was working on, and I thought I remembered he had something out, and he said he's working on the same short story as last time, and the story that got published was last year. It was the shout out to the Noir collection from Zombies Need Brains.
Nice.
So, nom. Haley did not get anything written this sprint, but did get their phone case and is putting new stickers on the phone case. I picked up some electrical cleaning wipes for my phone because it goes everywhere and does everything and is probably disgusting. So I understand the importance of cleaning one's phone and case regularly. I just got them in the mail yesterday, so I cleaned it today. So let's see. Andy is rewriting the second scene of his current short story, and tell us his kitty will be yelling about wet food this evening. Yeah. Catticus talked me into gushy food, and then tried to talk me into gushy food again. And I've just started giving him gushy food more than once a week. How he thought he was going to get it twice in an hour? Hope springs eternal.
Yeah. The cats live in a world of it doesn't hurt to try.
Yeah. So I think half of it is right now because it's highly unlikely, but is possible. He's not allowed in the sunroom, and he's an inspector kitty, and he hasn't been able to inspect the sunroom, and it's just they're going without supervision. Anything could happen. Anything. So. Oh, so other than the entire laptop collapse and the world imploding, how was your sprint, Sandy?
The sprint went just fine. Yeah, the actual typing of the scene, that was great. Yeah, until the collapse, everything was awesome. So that's good. Yeah. Got some stuff done that needed to be done. Yes.
Nice.
So that's
Nice. Yeah. That's super exciting.
Yeah.
I just have to put out the snippet text, and then my weekly roundup is done, and I can really delve into the copy edits. Ow! Do you know what I did this morning? I spent an hour playing with my microphone and my new portable recording studio.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
It's got like the buffers. I don't know if you can see like the foam. Yeah. So because when I was at Imaginarium, I was talking to Jump the Jump
Master Press,
and we talked about me maybe doing some audio for them, and so I was trying to get that setup working, and I've done some audio narration, but not like a full thing with all the different voices and stuff myself, because I was part of a troupe. So I was doing some test runs. I spent an hour on that today. So I don't know if Jump Master Press is listening, but I didn't forget. I have not ghosted on you, and I was playing with it today. It's just not there yet. So because I didn't have enough personal projects. But this one promises to pay if I actually finish.
Excellent. There you go.
So, um,
Yeah, the paying gigs, they move to the top of the priority list.
yeah.
At least
So
they're
I'm
supposed to.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
I'm working really hard on trying to prioritize my writing over the blogging, podcast, videos. But you know, at least this is me actually working on it, so this doesn't count as
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
other
This
things.
is something that helps reinforce actually doing the thing. So.
Usually, although I did have a much more longer solid block off stream. I sprint better on writing than editing.
I think everybody does. I mean, if you're sprinting on editing and you've got stuff that's already fairly tight, then you can go through an astonishing number of words. But yeah, if it
There's a
needs work,
difference between revisions
it's
and line edits.
Yeah.
So, what do you say about another sprint? Or did you want to talk some more about your day or what you're working on?
I feel like everyone's waiting for me to answer. I'm obviously not going to sprint. I encourage you to do so because that's what you're there for.
You're going to drive safely.
I'm going to passenger safely while my wife drives. So
excellent. That's even safer.
Yes.
Nice.
And I will distribute road snacks as appropriate.
Excellent. Oh, what is the road snack of the day?
Let's see. We've got some Jack Links.
Very nice.
Thick jerky.
Nice.
I just had some old Wisconsin turkey bites.
Okay.
Sausage bites, but he didn't like those very well. So we were glad that we had an alternative source of protein.
I hear you.
And I think we've also got some cheese and some cheese and pepperoni. And
cool.
She wants cheese.
Well, as passenger, you know your duty. So, Sandy, do you snack when you write, or are you snack free?
You know, it depends on, if it's just a sprint like this, no,
Yeah.
I'm not dealing with it. But
Sure.
those marathons.
Oh yeah.
Those long marathons, there's a lot of snacking going on. You gotta stay alive for those things.
Today's productivity is brought to you by Popcorners, Kettle Corn. If they want to sponsor me, I will eat more of them. I promise. If you sponsor me. So.
Funny.
So yeah, let's go ahead and do another sprint.
Okay.
All right.
I've come to embrace the fact I'm a snack fueled author. And it's part of my process, and fighting it wasn't helping my productivity. I'll be stuck. It'll be not moving. Grab a snack 2 pages later and we're good, So okay.
Well, y'all enjoy your sprint. I will drop off and
catch you on the flip side.
I will talk to y'all next week when I'm actually
travel
being
safely.
Hi to Key for us.
Right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay. In that case, let's pop back to that layout and let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Boom. Chakalaka. And we're back. Sorry, my roommate was coming through. And since she managed to infect her kid, I would really not like to be on that list. So I spent that sprint creating a new background for StreamYard so that when people come in late, they can see what we're up to.
Oh, very nice idea. Yeah.
So
good idea. Yeah.
And I got 0 editing done, but I did get my weekly roundup out. So
very good. Well, very good. Hey, I was speaking to a writers group yesterday, and I was telling them, that we've got that creativity well, that we can call on, and all of our writing comes out of the same well. So, if you're getting your roundup that you're working on, whether you're doing revisions, whether you're doing a writing sprint, it's all coming out of that same well. I think it all counts. It all works. It's all creativity.
So popping into the comment, hello, Dwan made it.
Hey.
He was all like, wait, is this still live? Because you were both staring at our computer.
I know, we're just scribbling away. Well, I was scribbling on paper because,
I was doing a little Twitch movement. Click, click.
Nice.
Which you can't see on screen at all. So that's when I realized I didn't have the sign up that said we were doing a productivity sprint. And I decided I would, he's not the first person to ask. Yeah. I very, very often do not put the reminder up. So he was like, gotcha, sits quietly.
Oh, that's funny. No, I came in the middle of a sprint a couple of weekends ago. Yeah, I came in and I'm like, wait a minute. I think they're sprinting right now. And I was like, oh my gosh, I need to find some paper. I want to sprint too. But,
yeah. So I think I'll just start leaving it up the entire time so people know what's going on.
Yeah.
Not the first, but definitely the coolest.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll take it. So, how was your sprint? I think a little more productive than mine.
Yeah, it went really good. My hand hurts, so that's good. I have just like this little notebook. This is what I had here in the den. This is what I had to write on. So that's what I did. And I filled 5 pages of it. So
that's my favorite size for notebooks too.
Yeah, there you go. It works. So,
yep.
Got a scene written.
I don't handwrite usually. Story, but all my notes. A lot of my notes are in notebooks. So
it does not matter how I get the words onto a piece of paper or a Word document or my phone. It doesn't matter if the idea hits, it's going on to something. I tell you, I've got sticky notes all over my house, which is like a piece of dialogue or a name of a character or a name for a place. I mean, everywhere. They're just all over the place.
I went to the National Book Festival yesterday, and their panels are a little different than ours because their audience is just different. So their panels were basically 2 writers, come tell us about your book. And so they would pick 2 writers that had a theme in common and focus on that theme. But it was very much, tell us about your book, read an excerpt from your book. How is your writing process? So it wasn't, the type of panel discussion I usually am used to from more of the sci-fi fantasy genre fiction type conventions. But while I was there, so many things that they said resonated, and I was just like, oh, I need to do this in my story. I need to do that. So while I was taking notes on the first page, I flipped to the back and put the note for myself for what I need to update. So I should probably go grab that notebook. I think it's in the other room. So
that's good.
So yeah. Sarah is here. Hello, Wordsmith Sarah. Sarah's been here since the top of the hour, but is feeling quiet today, not doing anything measurable. You're hanging out with us.
Yeah, that works. Yeah.
And Sarah says, don't forget to hit that like button. Oh, hey, Mama Maggie. Maggie is here. Hello and welcome. How is the ranch farm? Is it treating you well today? Maggie says, I am making an early dinner, late lunch of Parmesan crusted chicken strips and
Ooh, yum.
mac and cheese after writing about Parmesan Brady pasta sauce earlier.
Excellent.
Oh, you
Now,
know,
what is her name? Mama Maggie?
Maggie, yes.
Maggie? Um, what kind of farm does she have?
Um, I know she's got goats and chickens and a lot of land and fruits and
Excellent.
vegetables and out Colorado-ish.
Nice. Okay. Very good.
So
I have backyard chickens.
nice.
And I let one of my hens sit
Mhm.
on some eggs recently because she was in that mode. She was feeling pretty broody and she didn't want me to take her eggs. I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
Okay, you can be a mama. And now 3 of them have hatched.
Oh,
So I've got the
nice.
3 chicks and the 4th one pipped and it was trying to hatch earlier today. See, I've got a rooster and some of the
Obviously.
yeah, obviously, yeah, yeah. And then some of the other hens,
Mhm.
they will murder those babies. I mean, I've
Ooh.
had that happen in the past. That
Mhm.
murder took place and it broke my heart. So I've collected those babies and they are now in my kitchen. So I've got the little heater set up. I've got them in there and they've got all their little food, their little
Aw,
water. So I've got bebes in the kitchen and they're
yay.
cheeping and
Mhm.
keeping each other company in
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
I was cat sitting for a friend last night, this morning, and they also have chickens, but they have a 4-H kid taking care of the goats and the
Mm.
chickens and stuff.
Yep.
But
Okay.
there's no roosters, so
Yeah.
when one of the chickens gets broody, sometimes we let them have an egg, but they're never going to hatch.
Right.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
but when she got more chickens, she set up a second. She's got one of those egg-loos where it's got like the little nesting box and a little small yard that is
Yeah.
fenced in that you
Uh-huh.
can drag to a new spot every day because they have
Mhm.
foxes and that sort of stuff.
Oh, mhm.
And they lost some chickens to some foxes, so they can't just free range. And that way you know where to look for the egg.
All right. Mhm. Yeah.
So,
I put up a
mhm,
well, as we mentioned earlier, some of my neighbors have some boundary issues. So I put up a 6-foot privacy fence a few years ago. And so
okay,
that also it keeps some neighbors out, but it keeps the chickens in. So they
yeah,
get the free roam for the
good,
backyard, but then they go into
nice,
their coop at night and
yeah,
they're safe
yeah,
in there. So they're pretty safe back there. And the
yeah,
rooster, it is amazing how he knows how to do his job. It's just stunning to me. He knows what to do and how to keep
mhm.
hawks away, that kind of thing.
Nice,
He's
nice,
he's quite the
yeah.
dude.
Yeah. Oh, what I was gonna say is when she got new younger hens, she got a second egg glue, um, and put them in that until like they calmed down about each
Oh,
other.
yeah, they could be
'Cause
friends. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. You think of nature as, so sweet and supportive, and then you hear things like one of the goats got caught behind the fence and the others beat them to death or smashed a horn off, and now she went from like second in the herd to last in the herd because she's missing a horn even though they don't fight with them like ever.
Yeah.
Like they are picky and they
Mhm.
hang out with the goats that like have the same color fur they do and that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's you know
Nature, it could be scary. Yeah.
nature is definitely has some survival of the fittest instincts here and there.
Oh,
So
yeah. Yeah.
thank you. Maggie answered. Maggie has goats and bees and chickens, but oh no, the hail that was happening during the last storm or
Oh, no.
stream killed all the plants, so no garden vegetables. I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
man. That
Uh,
is a bummer.
yeah, and chicken flocks are really velociraptor packs.
Yes, I agree completely. Yes. Well, when I don't get the lawn mowed, which we discussed earlier, it looks like I've got velociraptors in the long grass out back, right? Just roam
Oh,
around back there.
well, it helps, the bugs have some place so then they
Yeah,
can find more bugs. I mean,
exactly.
it's
It's an
clearly
ecosystem. Yeah.
yes. Yeah. Maggie says that goats are very hierarchical. Yes. Queen of the herd is often, a mama or grandmother and her daughter supporting her kind of thing.
Mhm. I believe it.
So,
Yep. Yep.
yeah. Oh, Maggie says she was lucky. A neighbor 10 miles south lost some livestock.
Oh,
Eesh.
goodness. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Nature is brutal. And Andy says, birds are still dinosaurs at heart. Look at Canadian geese. Look,
Yes.
don't touch from a distance.
Yes. Yeah. Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
totally circling back around, I missed a couple comments. Dwan says, palm crusted anything is pretty good. True facts.
Agreed. Yeah. Agreed.
And Andy says that the National Book Fair is so inspirational. You can soak in so much. He still remembers how much going to see the late Peter Straub there impacted him.
Nice.
That's awesome. I really enjoyed it, but I think I would go to see specific authors. I don't know if I would go just to hang out. So because the books they had were the speakers' books, and each state had like a table for like 1 to 3 featured books from that state. So it's like books from around the world. And I mean, Scholastic had a booth with like Clifford the Big Red Dog you could get
fun.
photos with, but I don't have an 8-year-old. I guess I could borrow my sister's, but it's so it was definitely worth going to, but I think I would go to see specific people, or if I was looking for things to read, because all of the authors sounded amazing and I wanted to read all their stuff. But do you see that? Not this closed bookcase, but that second bookcase back there? Whoop, there we go.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
is my to read pile, and it goes up to there, and there's 4 more paper bags, grocery
Wow.
bags full of books back there, and that's
Yep.
my physical to read pile. Some of those books moved into the house with me 5.5 years ago.
Oh, I believe it. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
oh, so kind. Dwan said I could borrow his kids whenever I wanted to take to book fairs.
Yep.
So, well, what do you say about another sprint?
Okay.
This
Great.
time I'm going to open my document and I'm going to do some copy editing.
That's funny. We
So,
can flip to the next page.
yeah. Okay, then let's go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1. Boom, chakalaka. Still hasn't gotten old for me. And we're back. How was your sprint?
Okay. I used it. I had to go take some more headache medicine, but then I used it to put together my notes for another booktube video that I've got to film yet this evening. I think I did all right. I think I got my notes down. That should come together smoothly this evening. I hope.
Fingers crossed.
That's right. Yeah, fingers crossed. Hopefully. Yes.
Yeah. So I was running the spelling grammar check on my manuscript, and I'm pretty sure anything I've told it to ignore in the past, it is continuing to ignore.
Good.
So I might want to
Oh, is that not good?
It usually is, but for a final one, what if I was too hasty, and I've edited some stuff. So I don't know. I might try copying a chapter at a time into Hemingway app or something like that.
There you go.
So I think 5 pages from the end of running grammar check through the entire manuscript. So clearly it went a little quick, and Catticus decided he wanted to play with me, and I was not supposed to work, and I let him get away with it for a minute, and then I decided it was time to threaten him with the spray bottle, and he skulked off because, biting his mother is not the way to get attention. And I try not to encourage bad behavior.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, so I have a Catticus story. Catticus will not keep his collar on for more than, I think he kept it on longer than half an hour once. He kept it on overnight. He kept it on 26 hours. And I'm like, he made a full day. Maybe he's given up on taking it off like he was when he was a kid. No. As soon as I had the thought, he took it off. And he does not respect roads. So someone is not allowed outside.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And last night before, I was getting ready for bed, and I like to do a cat check because I do sometimes let him into the garage, just to explore. He's an inspector. He needs to be able to check out all the spaces, and I obviously close the garage door when I go to bed, and I was like, I can't find him. And just before I went to sleep, and it's 1 a.m. and I'm doing the cat check, and I need to be up early for the book festival in the morning. Part of why I was running late. And I hear a meow from the front door.
Oh.
And I go, and he was just asking to come in, and I opened the door, and he pranced right in. So, yeah, that was exciting, but it does mean he has no problem with me picking him up. There are many people who he is familiar with, but it's good to be able to say, if someone is cat sitting for me, that he will come home on his own. Mm-hmm. You don't necessarily need to chase him and or risk. He's 90% snugglebug and investigator, but he also would like you to respect his personal space and has gone for the eyes before. So he caught a friend's tear duct once. It's not awesome. So being able to tell someone that the cat will come back if he escapes makes me feel a lot safer for both any future cat minders and him, really, knowing that he knows to come home.
Right.
So anyway, popping back into the comments, Andy said hi to Catticus while he was eating me. And Ariadna joined us. Hello and welcome. So let's see. Ariadna swung by and said, I'm late, but I'm here. Ariadna is doing some last minute packing for their move this week. Maybe 3 boxes left. So close. So close.
Nice.
So I think Dwan would rather sprint than wait. I'm not sure if it's have Catticus bleed him out or pack. Unclear. So Ariadna said they stared at the stack of books in front of them and cursed their obsession with literature. Still working on the box. Dwan is working on the rough draft of the script that someone inspired.
Ooh.
I don't know who that could have been. Let's see. Andy has one scene rewritten, one scene deleted, one scene set to be rewritten, and another which needs to be written completely from scratch. Writing is rewriting. Rewriting is writing too. So, oh, Andy can't let Telus into the garage. He finds every cobweb and brings it to the house. Mine actually has remarkably few cobwebs. Maybe because all the spiders want to move into the house? Unclear. So let's see. NW Country Girl 17, hello and welcome. And Dub says, I know the feeling. My cats are indoor, outdoor. They come and go as they please. I've only had indoor, outdoor cats before, and I think some of Catticus's crankiness is from not being able to go outside and the fact that his mama is super boring and stares at the computer all day. And sometimes she rotates this way and stares at her work computer instead. I have one monitor, like one large monitor that I switch between which I'm focused on, and the laptop setup and an L. So it's tricky. So I'm glad your sprint went well.
Yeah, I'm glad. This was a really good exercise to do today because,
nice.
Yeah, when I participate, at home as just a viewer, watching, it's easier to cheat and not participate. You know what I mean? It's easier to like go, I could go get the laundry out of the dryer instead. But here, when I'm co-hosting with you, I kind of have to. I feel like, okay, I have to set a good example, right? I have to participate.
I usually feel that way, but I regulars will know I have read books on my phone on stream.
That's
but
funny.
Reading is totally writing related.
Exactly.
Because
it's research.
Sure, why not? Being widely read is helpful for any writer.
There you go. Exactly.
I spent, I think, about 3 minutes of that sprint researching the word kush. Because the internet is convinced it is a cannabis term, whereas I am convinced, and if you look in a few very, very particular places, you will learn that that's what llamas and alpacas do when they sit down and fold their legs under them. And I have sentient octopus aliens, and when they settle to the bottom, I want them to settle their legs under them, and kush sounded like the right word. But it might be one of those occasions where my pursuit of the right word is getting in the way of readability. But I think people will understand in context, I don't know.
Well, especially anyone who owns llamas and alpacas.
Right?
Yeah. My sister has llamas and alpacas. She would tell you what kush means. Yeah. But see, when I heard kush, I thought immediately of like a caravan. Like a caravan going across the sand and the dunes. That's what came to my mind. I thought kush.
Yeah. The friends I was house sitting for used to have a llama, and unfortunately the llama broke his leg earlier this year. And 4-limbed animals don't do well with casts and healing legs. And we were hopeful, and they put a cast on it. And then, because unlike horses, they cush down to sleep, when he settled down, he broke the leg again above the cast.
Oh, man.
And at that point, unfortunately, we had to make the call. It was very sad. But kush is very, very important in my head after that incident.
Yeah.
So, and Dub Country Girl would like to know, what are we writing? What are you working on today? You said you were writing the short stories for your fairies and Christmas.
Oh, well, no, it's book 4 in the Fairy Holidays story. And so it's speculative fiction, it's paranormal romance, but it's satire of paranormal romance. It's kind of
Is it a loving satire or a mocking satire?
Kind of both.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of both, because It's humorous, but
Mhm.
it's kind of both. But typically I write epic fantasy. That's what I usually write.
Sure.
Yep.
Sure.
Yep.
And me, I am working on a space fantasy. I'm this close to sending it out to agents, which I'll be doing at the beginning of next month when they all get back from vacation. I have a Baba Yaga retelling with sentient, don't call us octopus people, sailing the Aether Stream in nautiloid ships pulled by space manta rays. And we have humans sailing the Aether Stream, but they have to go with the current, so they can't really cross the voids between them. And yeah, so my main character, she is currently trapped on the alien planet, and she's forced to choose between giving up her dream of becoming a navigator or betraying her family to sail on an alien ship. Meanwhile, her cousin, what was the wording I got for this? It was really good. I liked it. Her cousin must determine if sacrificing herself to an arranged marriage is worth getting the family back into the stars. And an alien space captain would rather accept a family debt and take a thieving human aboard rather than visit her family in person on the treacherous ocean world she once called home. So, super fun. I'm not the only one writing about sentient octopuses. Must be more versatile than I think, Country Girl says. It's because if you do any research about octopi, they are obviously super, super clever, intelligent, except for one thing. They hit about 3, maybe 5 years old, and they get to be intimate with the other sex of their species, and then they decide they're done eating and are going to starve to death.
Oh, good heavens.
I'm like, they are brilliant and amazing. And if they kept eating after, intimacy is not the end of one's life. Keep going after that.
Then
Perhaps
if they're an octopus, it is. I don't know. But wow.
They could have taken over the whole world. So anyway, I'm pro octopus.
I have in my backyard, I've got an aviary that I put together for my
nice.
parrots, right? And in the aviary, I dug out a little pond. And so I put a sign on the aviary that says, "Beware of octopus." Okay, there's not an octopus in there.
Of course
but I had these folks when they were putting up the fence, right? They kept looking in the aviary. They kept looking in there, looking in at stuff. And I'm, at my desk working, and I'm noticing that the workers keep stopping and looking in the aviary. I'm like, what's going on out there? And finally, one of them asked me, "Is there really an octopus in there?" I'm like, "Oh, no, there's not really an octopus in there. That sign is just, annoy my crazy neighbors."
Oh, that's great. That's great. Country Girl says that a lady in her writing group and is on like her 3rd book writing about sentient octopuses. So that's awesome. Oh, yeah. Apparently, octopi need sandwiches? Unclear.
Someone needs to make them a sandwich after they have their intimate time.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like, part of my thing is in my story, it's mentioned like once. The boy octopus in memory of what they used to do before they were civilized, while she is staying with the eggs and blowing oxygen over them, which is what the mama octopus does. They're intelligent, civilized creatures, so they have like biotech that does it for them now. And B, like traditionally, the boy octopus would take one of his tentacles and give it to her as sustenance while she did the thing. And it's a huge sacrifice because octopus have dispersed brain cells, and so you lose some of your memories when you lose a limb. And so they still do that as part. They don't necessarily do a marriage thing, but they do a thing when they decide to have babies together. So, and then because there's so many babies, rather than one focused one, you have all the eggs. I have it that 1 or 2 octopus in each generation actually have kids, and most of the others don't bother. And then the whole family is mom and dad for the whole swarm of eggs and babies.
Okay.
So yeah, my space captain has yet to meet her sons and daughters because the ocean killed several of her siblings because it's still an ocean, even if they're civilized and everything. And so she thinks it's way too dangerous. And why is her sister having a second batch of kids? But she sends money home and whatever. And then one of her little her little daughters is like, tell me about space, and sends her a message. And then she's like, maybe I should go visit, because she remembers her star father and how she looked up to him. And okay, anyway, spoilers.
Sweet.
It's super cute though. So let's see. Country Girl asks, do I know why Ursula is technically a squid and not an octopus? Isn't it from the number of limbs and stuff? Let's see here.
I don't know. Can squid still ink?
Yeah. Actually, squid ink more than octopi, but yeah, most of them. There sometimes they don't, because 8 tentacles are harder to animate than 6.
So it was a budget problem. That's funny.
But I love it. Oh, we are at time though. We're past time.
For
it's apparently not a joke, just a fun fact. Sure, I'll take it. But yeah, 6:30 is the end of the sprinting, because I need to make dinner.
Your food would be good. Food would probably help my headache.
Probably. You said you hydrated, but was there any like electrolytes in that hydration?
Well, I had some crackers with salt on them, so yeah, I did do that.
Okay, good. Good. Don't worry me too much.
Oh yeah, I'm working on it. I'm gonna get me some food and then fill my booktube stuff, and I'm gonna pass out. Woo!
Yeah. That sounds like the Sunday evening of champions.
Yeah, passing out. Mm-hmm.
So, tell everybody where they can find you and what you write and all that fun stuff.
Okay. So what I write is, like I said a minute ago, epic fantasy. Fantasy is the main thing. I love it. I love to read it, and then I love to write it. It's the thing I love to do. But you can find me on Twitter, especially. I'm just Sandy Lender. I started in Twitter way back when it was brand new, so I got to use my own name. So Sandy Lender. And then, on Amazon, I've got an author page on Amazon. I'm Sandy Lender. But then my website is authorSandyLender.com. You can also find me at SandyLender.com, because I got paranoid and I bought all the domains. So they all point to SandyLender.com. That's where you can find me.
Okay. And I'm your host, Morgan Hazelwood. I blog, vlog, and podcast writing tips from the pros, and of course my own writerly musings. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to my new subscriber. Wait, I had the name. 2 seconds. Bad Grammar, Good Stories. Thank you for the follow. I almost flipped it. And let's see, my big updates this week are I finished the revisions, but I still need to finish copy editing. And my blog and video posts this week were how to make sure that literary agent or publisher is legit, talking about the tiers of publishers.
Nice.
Not that like a tier 3 is a bad publisher. It's just the scale of assistance and stuff you can expect from them. And this week on the podcast, Writing Tips and Writerly Musings, wherever you get your podcasts, I was talking about imposter syndrome and how it doesn't always look like what you think it might look like, and how it can come back at every stage, because there's always someone doing more and better than you. And it can be hard. It's really hard to stay motivated in an industry that has a lot of rejection and a lot of milestones. Like, yes, I finished the story, but I don't have an agent. Once I get the agent, are they going to get me a publisher? Once I get a publisher, how well is the book going to sell? Is the book going to sell well enough for book 2? Can I even write book 2? Oh, but my friends are up for awards. It's a never-ending hierarchy of there's always more you can do. And I don't want to stop striving for more. And anyway, check out the episode. Clearly, it's something I have a lot of feels on. So thank you all for coming. I'll be back again next week, and have a great week. Talk to y'all later.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. Woo.